To be honest, I've never heard of him. But then a ton of people were telling me he's got, huge amounts of money that he wants to invest in a Twitter deal. And I talked to him for about half an hour, and I know my meter was redlining, so I was like, this dude is full. That was my impression. And so then I was like, but everyone, including major investment banks and everyone, were talking about him like he's walking on water and has $1 zillion. And I'm like, that's not my impression. And my prediction to the investment banks, which some of it you've seen on text because it was in a court case, was that that dude is just, there's something wrong, and he does not have capital, and he will not come through. That was my prediction, and that is definitely what happened.
Okay, so he's really pointing out that was his prediction. As a matter of fact, I've seen a slew of comments on Twitter, on memes, him making fun of the guy, constantly talking about how he knew from the beginning, there was no doubt in his mind, this guy was bad news, didn't have the liquidity, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, but Elon's been going a little off the deep end here. I've kind of not wanted to say that or anything like that, because I don't want to seem like, because the media is doing this push, that I'm bandwagoning on top of that. So I'm just like, whatever. But this one really came out on Twitter, and in the interview, he makes a point of stating that he only spoke to him for 30 minutes, and immediately his bullshit meter went off, right? And then the memes and making fun of the guy, great. We all love to make fun of the guy, right? But the problem is that he hosted this guy multiple times, and he is actually an investor in Twitter. He gave him $100 million, which Elon Musk gladly accepted. So he's actually part owner of the now private entity that is Twitter. Now that is a nice part of a detail that Elon never talked about. This is it's a little bit troubling. He's rubbing it in. If he had just left it alone, maybe made one comment of how shocked he was or whatever, nobody would have noticed this. But he has to brag about his spidey senses and how he spotted this fraud right away. He didn't get conned into anything. He didn't associate with this guy. And then it turns out that they're hanging out, and he accepted $100 million from the guy. That makes me even more mad, because it's you taking money from the guy, turning around talking shit. At least stand by it. You took money from the guy, own up to it. Don't be two-faced. Come on, Elon. Is this what we're doing now? We're doing two-faced? I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with him. I think that the pressure from the media is getting to him. It's getting to him, and instead of doing the things that he wants to do, he's more and more trying to do things to please the media. Maybe I'm wrong here, but this whole interview, he did another interview where he was talking about how he moved into a tiny home, sold all of his possessions, doesn't live in a big house anymore, all these things. And he actually was on Rogan talking about it, talking about how he was just tired of being hounded by the media. And this seems like a good way to just kind of lay low. People can't tell him anymore, we have all this money, you're rich, you're living large, right? So this could be a way he's doing it because of the media. And the rest of the shenanigans on Twitter is kind of either it's reactionary to the media and so on. I don't know. What do you guys think of this? I'm going to post the article in the description and in the first comments so you guys can read a little bit more about Sam's investment in Twitter and all this stuff. Do you think that's kind of weird that Elon's been talking about it this way, or what? Thank you guys for watching. As always, buy red and sell green.